Hey, and welcome back. Today I want to talk about a question and give you an answer to the question, most importantly. That is, what's the quickest and easiest way for me to learn programming if I've got no experience? I don't want to learn anything weird. I don't want to type weird stuff on a computer. Can I still learn programming? And my answer is yes, you can. You just have to find yourself some form of a drag and drop visual programming language. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, usually with programming, there's a lot of typing involved, right? And even if we've got some big help from the computer and from the programs that we are using to write programs, from the editors, where you've got lots of on-screen help and tutorials and documentation, still you need to type stuff. That's the way that we define what we want the computer to do in our program. But there's another way, and it just involves drag and dropping existing building blocks, connecting them visually on the screen with each other. And there's a couple of programming languages that let you do that. I describe one of them in my book, Programming Secrets, that I will tell you more about a little later. But the thing is that you learn without having to type stuff and without having to, just have correct syntax, correct symbols on the screen. If you don't have to type anything, it's impossible to make any mistakes by just mistyping something, right? And with these building blocks, with these graphical blocks and objects on your screen that you connect there with your mouse by drag and dropping or on a touch screen, you learn the basics of like what it's like to get data into your program and get data out of your program. How to ask the user for some data like his name or their age or whatever it is, and how to then process that data, output it, store it somewhere in a little compartment placed in the computer's memory called a variable, and how to retrieve it from there, and how to then do different things in your computer based on the value that's stored in these little compartments, in the variables, right? It's called a conditional, an if-then statement, if-then-else statement, if you're being fancy, right? So you can react in your program when the program is being run. You can do different things depending on different data values that the user entered. Like you can sort of have the user enter a PIN code to get access to your program, and only if the PIN code is correct, you proceed in your program. Otherwise, you ask the user for the correct PIN code again, and if he entered the wrong PIN code like 3 times, then you just exit and you don't allow him access. Something like that you can program just by drag and dropping stuff on your screen without really typing anything. And again, I've got a book there that's very, very affordable called Programming Secrets. If you're interested in that, then just go to programingsecretsbook.com, where I'm teaching you the programming language Scratch without typing, by just drag and dropping. It's a perfect way to get started. Scratch is free, so you can try it for yourself. You don't have to get my book, but I think it makes it easier. And I've got some great reviews of people who really didn't have any experience with programming languages, and they said, well, that's a perfect introduction into the programming world. And again, you can't really make any mistakes since it's just drag and drop, and there's it's fun to create stuff like that. We create games together, online translators together. You can have your program speak to you like Siri or Alexa, so it's really cool. If you're interested, go to programingsecretsbook.com.